Amanda, I want to start with, it's not necessarily a business story, but boy, it sure is going to be an interesting story. It'll make a great movie, I'm sure, one day.
Yeah.
So we have a heist, a gold and cash heist from Air Canada's warehouse after being, I guess, removed off a plane. This goes back, I guess now, a couple of years ago. And then news this week that Brinks is going to go ahead and sue Air Canada for $20 million for this. How much more do we know about the story?
It's a pretty amazing story, and I think one of the reasons, of course, it resonates with most of us is we've all had our baggage lost by Air Canada. And then my favorite part of the whole thing is that when Brinks tried to reach out to Air Canada to follow up on this, they've had no reply. That's
Well, just like real people.
It really hits close to home, doesn't it? Bottom line, something went wrong in the mix here because this is precious cargo, and a falsified, pickup waybill was used, and some folks came and took it out of the Air Canada Cargo Center. So, yeah, suing to get the money back. The bigger question will be, can they do it? Who's at fault? How did it all happen? There's obviously a separate investigation happening. But from the point of view of keeping things safe, it's one that's really going to kind of resonate with consumers, I think.
I have this idea in my mind in the story that some guy who knew this was there walked in with a receipt he wrote on a computer or a piece of paper saying, "Hi, I'm here to pick up that shipment. Here's my name." And the guy at the desk working for Air Canada said, "Yeah, sure, here you go. See you later."
That's fine and dandy, but then how does it all just disappear without a trace?
Well, this is the mystery of it, right? To move that much gold, I'm not an expert here. Everything I learned from TV, but it almost feels like an inside job, right? And then the fact that it could be stashed somewhere. It's somebody that knows how to transport this stuff. So that they will find it, I think, is probably a reasonable assumption. But that in the meantime, there's blame to be laid, I think, is highly likely. And the fact that, at least according to Brinks, Air Canada didn't even respond to them may have really precipitated this lawsuit.
I would just mention, they sell gold bars at Costco now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and there was a big run on them. They sell out when they bring them back. Yeah.
Maybe. No, I'm not inferring anything.
But wouldn't insurance, does insurance come into play at all here? I'm not an expert.
I would think for sure, right?
It is a human error ultimately, but I would think there'd be insurance policies for this.
It's a good question, and I actually had that same thought. I didn't dig into it to find out whether, obviously there's some form of insurance. It's a question, of course, of whether you're fully insured for something like that, and what the terms of that insurance would be. So.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's going to be a great story. As we said, one day it'll be a great movie. Can we talk about something, Natasha? We used to talk about this all the time, right? People who during the pandemic decided to get a place out in the country, get out of the city. Well, now it's 3 years later. Now they want to get out of those houses.
Yeah, cottage real estate is definitely in the slump. And the question, of course, will be, now there's always, for every kind of negative side to that, there's a positive side. If you're looking for a cottage, next spring will be the time, according to realtors. With rates doing what they're doing, and we actually got the national real estate numbers today as well from the Canadian Real Estate Association, and we are seeing a slowdown, both on the volume side for sure, things are kind of holding still, but also the first decline in prices since March. So there's a sign overall that, whether we're at the peak of rates or very close to the peak, you're seeing a kind of a wait-and-see attitude on both sides. People who don't need to sell don't want to sell. People who can wait to buy are going to wait. When it comes to cottages, these are second properties, right? And many of them may have been purchased at the height of the pandemic when, of course, prices were high, rates were low, and now things are moving the other way. People need to bail out of them, and they can't, and that creates a really soft market. So the word is springtime will be soft for cottage sales. So if you're trying to sell, not good news. If you're in the market, finally a bit of good news on the real estate side.
Unless the interest rates do go up again. And
Don't even say that.
All right.
No, I think that's an important caution because
Don't even say it.
They could, but it's true. We generally hope that we're pretty close to the peak.
Shall we talk about Taylor Swift, shall we? I feel like the Taylor Swift...
I love that she's in the business
but
news.
It's crazy the effect that she's having on so many different... think about it. It's the Taylor Swift effect, right? And right now, look at what she's done to the NFL and their merch, and now it's about movie theaters, so huge
she's
impact.
An extraordinary human. I'm a huge Swiftie, I'm going to be honest. These days, that does not make me an outlier, but in my demographic, it does. The movie situation is pretty amazing. She premiered a day early last night, supposed to be tonight, across North America. She's staging her own film. She bypassed Hollywood, produced it herself, takes 53% of the box office on this thing.
Is that
she's
all?
Inspired.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. And she's inspired Beyonce to do the same thing. Beyonce is going to similarly release a movie, a theatrical presentation of her concert that will be out December 1st. And really, it's great for the theaters. Cineplex is one of them. It is distributing this movie here in Canada. So to any non-Cineplex theaters that want it, you've got to get it from Cineplex, which it just kind of speaks to the power of these individual artists. They can bypass the structures that are in place. She's making a lot of money for herself on this, but she's also empowering the smaller players along the way, which is kind of cool.
You know, I wonder in my mind if this idea, and this concert movies are nothing new. They don't come out very often. But if this kind of thing could make this much money, then Beyonce follows it up. You kind of wonder if artists, I mean, what do you have to lose, right? Get someone to produce your concert film because tickets are expensive to go to a show, and then put it in the theaters, and there's a new revenue source for you if you're an entertainer.
And Cineplex does this, right? You can go to the opera at the movie house. They stage all kinds of things actually on their screens that are not just theatrical films. And so, yeah, I agree with you. This could be a whole new. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going next Friday. I don't know if this is going to be as pleasant an experience as some people think.
Wait, you're going to the movie or to see her to the movie?
I can't. I would have to fly to Copenhagen or something to see her next Friday. Stay up to date on the tour schedule, please.
So sorry.
Come on,
no,
Erin.
I am going to the tour next November when she's here in Toronto. But next Friday I'll be in a movie theater in Toronto, and there will be singing and dancing of the other patrons in that theater. And I don't know if that's how I want to see a concert or not. So,
I'm so into it. I will be going with my daughter. But I was also thinking about how Taylor Swift is such a brilliant businesswoman, right? And whether the Taylor Swift effect will extend to that, so that more young women will feel empowered to be like, no, I'm going to own this. I'm going to make more money than you off
as
this.
a role model, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Natasha, a nice person too. She's a good person.
Yes.
She shares her wealth. She's genuinely, likable. Yeah.
Well, I know how good a person. We've asked her to be on the show several times, Amanda, and she's rejected that. So I'm not sure.
I would take that personally if I were you.
I'm already taking it personally. Amanda Lang, you can hear tonight, 6 o'clock on BNN Bloomberg. Amanda, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys.